Here's the deal, Pickles. This is the 5th or 6th time I'm trying to record this video because I did that thing again where I ran out of storage. But the first few times I actually just messed up and then I had to restart. Today's gonna be a rather low energy day. I don't really have a lot of energy right now. I do have a lot of stuff that I have to get done as well, so a little stressed. But today I was thinking we're gonna read some stuff on Reddit. So that's why I actually have you guys angled like that, is so that I can sit like this and read my Reddit and I'm pretty much centered. Yeah. There was some stuff I wanted to tell you guys, but I've said it so many times that I don't remember what it was. We're still going with the unedited streak. I owe Apple $12 and I can't download a new editor right now. So we're gonna stick with what we have. I do have CapCut. I've had that downloaded for a long time. I used to use it for templates, so I might attempt and use that to edit the video. I don't know for sure. But oh goodness. I was thinking we're going to do r/AIO, which is the subreddit Am I Overreacting? We'll do either 1 or 2 stories, depending on how long it takes me to get through the first one. It's not that long, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through it, but I'm also going to read through some of the comments and see if any of the comments manage to sway my opinion or, sweep me to the dark side, if you may say. So we're going to figure it out. And I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about it, what I think about it, like, blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what this is about. I've read the picture, but I haven't read the context, and there's basically no information in the picture, so I don't know what the context is. But all it says, as far as the actual, caption of the video goes, it just says, am I underreacting, or AIO, which is am I overreacting? So I'm going to read you guys this picture. I'm going to try and say it as clearly as possible, but I'll also make sure that I go through and edit any of the incorrect captions as far as this video goes, just to make sure that you guys know what it says, even though I can't edit the actual video and put the text on the screen. So if you have a hard time hearing what I'm saying, just turn on the closed captions and I will make sure that those are accurate for you guys. Sorry, I have hair on my scrunchie and it's really bothering me, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that off real quick. Oh, okay. Now that we're already 3 minutes into the recording and I've done absolutely nothing, let's get started reading this. Okay, so the picture is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 text messages. It doesn't show the contact name or when the first 3 messages are from, but the first message says it's from her, and she said, I made you cinnamon rolls that I wanted to give you on Saturday. I just left them on your porch because I can't after class. His response was, good morning, beautiful, sun emoji. You're the best, thank you. I hope you have a great day. Heart hands emoji. I owe you flowers and a date. With the emoji with the big eyes and the tears in the eyes and it's smiling and whatever. And then the next message it says, today at 10:55 a.m. It says, hey, so if I'm being honest, I was pretty disappointed with the lack of respect you showed me on Saturday. I gave you your stuff back and the rolls I made you because I need space from you right now. And his response is, I do apologize for that, my actions and how they must have made you feel. I respect the space you need and will be here to move accordingly when you're ready. Again, I do sincerely apologize. And that's all that it says as far as the actual picture itself goes. And there is, like I said, there's basically no context for that because it's only the 5 messages. But here's what it says as far as context-wise. For context, we had been consistently dating for over a month, in which I asked about his intentions. He said he really liked me and wanted to see where things will go with me, but admitted to seeing other people too. Anyways, 2 days before Valentine's, he kept asking me for us to plan another date. I suggested we do something special for Valentine's. He didn't give me a definitive answer until later that day, told me he would plan something special. Come day of, we were texting back and forth, and the minute I asked what time I should come over, he left me on red for 5 hours. and called me with an apology and excuses. I didn't hear back from him for the rest of the night with a reschedule. I even helped him pick out an outfit for what I thought was our date when he FaceTimed me at the store. Huh? So I haven't even finished reading this yet. So you're telling me this man had the audacity, when you guys have been consistently talking for a month, y'all are together, whatever, y'all are dating, this man had the audacity, I don't even care about the rest of that, to FaceTime you and have you help pick out his outfit for his date with someone else? That's crazy work. That is crazy work. Looking back on it, I feel so stupid. Anyways, I was fed up, so I packed his stuff and dropped it off that night at his house. Clock it. Period. He was home, but I didn't want to see him. He texted me the next day and ignored it until this morning. I dropped off the rolls because TBH, I was tired of looking at them, reminding how much I would do for someone who wouldn't even give me the respect I deserved. However, I'm so pissed off at his response that I want to tell him off. He humiliated me, and I want him to know that, but I know he's not worth a response after that empty-ass apology. Should I just let it be and not respond? Okay, here's my opinion on this. Bitch, what? What? He did what? Okay. As someone who does not take well to disrespect, especially disrespect in that manner, I would have not even given him the cinnamon rolls. I would have given them out to my friends. No. No cinnamon rolls for you, sir. None. You don't deserve my cinnamon rolls. So that, you're a kinder woman than me just for giving him the cinnamon rolls, okay? Now, as far as that last line with the question, should I just let it be and not respond? If it's something that is really irritating you, really weighing on you, really bugging you about the fact that he treated you that way, then write out a whole paragraph to him if you feel like you need to. Send him whatever you feel like you need to send him to get across how you feel. But don't let it become something that consumes you, especially since this guy was only an active fixture in your life as far as, like, actually serious being together dating-wise for a month. And trust me, I understand trust me, I really understand. The guy that the only guy I've ever said that I loved, like, and actually been in love with, we only dated for a month. I knew him for 11 months, but we only dated for a month. It gets better. It does. Should I just let it be and not respond is, really dependent upon how you feel about the situation. If it's something where responding is going to help you and it's going to make you feel better, just knowing that you told them how you felt and you were clear about it and you were like, I feel this way because of your behavior, like, you behaving this specific way made me feel this specific way, and make sure that they know exactly what it is that they did that upset you and exactly the reason why that you don't want to speak to them anymore. If that's something that's going to help you, then absolutely you should text them about it. And if it's not something that you want to rekindle, it's not something that you want to pursue after they treated you that way, then I would, if that's something you want to tell them and you just don't want to move on with it after that, then I would send the message and then block them. Also, if it's something where sending the message is something that you're doing because you just feel like you have to, or if it's something that you're doing because you want to hurt them, if it's something you're doing because of any reason besides the fact that it's going to help you and make you feel better, then I would probably just not, like, really honestly, I would just not send it, because that kind of message is something that you really only want to send if it's something that is going to make you feel better about the situation, or it's going to help you sleep at night knowing that you told him how you felt and why you felt that way. If you decide to message him, OP, I would personally recommend that you do it in such a way so that even though he is a jackass for that and he hurt your feelings and he disrespected you and you didn't deserve that, make sure that you don't let him get you out of your character. because at the end of the day, he's not the person that has to look at you in the mirror. You are. So just make sure that whatever you're saying is something that is reflective of yourself and who you are and what you value, and not just how you feel about the situation, as hard as that can be. So, yeah, that is my opinion on this before having read the comments. Let's read these comments and see what other people are saying. Definitely not all of the comments, because there are 710 comments on this post, and this post was made yesterday. And it's already at 710 comments. But let's see what some of these comments say. The very first comment says, he spent the day with someone else, move on, he's still basically a stranger at this point. Which I agree with, as far as saying, like, he spent the day with someone else, move on. He's still basically a stranger at this point is definitely true to some degree. You can't guarantee... Let me see what it says. Yeah, it says we've been consistently dating for over a month. That doesn't tell you how long they knew each other beforehand. So whether or not this person knows him is something that we can't really speak on. Because like I said, I dated a guy for a month, but I knew him for 11 months before we ever got together. We were friends for almost a year before we ever dated. So I knew him pretty well before we got together. So you can't really make that assumption to say he's still basically a stranger, because you don't know if they were friends or something beforehand. But then based on the context of the post and the fact that she didn't specify that, it does seem reasonable to assume that they are basically strangers at this point. Somebody said, when I found out I was just a seat warmer, I couldn't figure out what to do. Go off because why not? Who cares at this point? Or go radio silent. I went radio silent and honestly still thought he had the upper hand until a year later. He three-way FaceTimes me with a girl we used to work with. Someone he specifically would talk shit about, and before I even know it, the girl is three-way texting saying it was a mistake. I don't know how you butt dial a three-way FaceTime convo by accident, but when the three of us never even had a chat, but that was us tell me that radio silence made more of an impact than any words I could have said. That's crazy work. That has nothing to do with the actual story, so I'm not gonna give my opinion on that, but that's crazy work. Oh my gosh. Someone else says, yep, just let it be and don't respond. He clearly chose to spend Valentine's with someone else. It's not worth the effort. Better to recognize these red flags early on than to ignore them and deal with them for longer, which is correct. If someone is showing you who they are, believe them. When someone does something like that, it usually is a good indication of who they are as a person, because that's not the kind of thing where it's like, oh, well, we didn't end up going out on Valentine's Day, like he didn't want to do anything on Valentine's. That's completely different than what happened, because what happened was he said actively he avoided making plans with you, and then he went and had you help him pick out an outfit and then ignored you for 5 hours. Which means that if he spent Valentine's Day with someone else, whoever he spent Valentine's Day with was his priority. Which means you are not a priority for him. And if he is showing you that this early on, run. Run away. Find somebody who's going to prioritize you. I don't care if you've only been dating for 2 weeks, a month, or 17 years. Whoever you're with, you should be their Valentine. That should be how it works. Like, you should be your partner's Valentine. It shouldn't be something where they have FaceTime you and have you help them pick out an outfit and then they go spend Valentine's Day with someone else. Like, that just shows how little he actually cares. Dating can be horrible. I'm sorry you're going through this. It's in your best interest to just cut your losses and enjoy being single until you find someone who can treat you with respect. That part. It's so easy to stay in a situation you shouldn't be in because you don't want to be in whatever the alternative is. So, like, staying in a relationship that isn't good for you because you don't want to be single is probably one of the most common examples of that. Staying in a situation where you are not respected or valued will only hurt you in the long run, a lot more than being single will. So, yeah, I would say... period, clock it to this person. But also I would say I agree with them on the fact that it's better to be happy and single than unhappy and in a relationship. Especially if you're in a relationship where it's not really a relationship, because if that was really a relationship, he would have been spending Valentine's Day with you. Like, that's crazy work. Another comment says, you should leave him on red and never reply. He's not worth the energy. Yes. That's another thing, is that I feel like like I said before, if sending that message is not something that is going to help you in the long run feel better about the situation, don't send it. There's no need to message someone. Don't text them and try to figure out why. Don't try to text them and figure out what exactly happened. When a situation like this, it's honestly best to either A, just completely block them, like ignore them, don't ever speak to them again. Like, that is audacious of them. Or if you're going to message them at all, don't message them in such a way so that it's trying to figure out the whys and the hows of the situation. Just message them whatever is going to help you. And knowing why it happened is not going to help you. I know sometimes it can feel like it will, but knowing why someone did what they did is never going to make you feel better about the fact that they did what they did. So I would just ignore that as far as that goes. And don't be trying to figure out the whys. Someone else said, he has a girlfriend, he played you, sorry OP. Someone replied and said, the fact she helped him pick out clothes is diabolical. And then somebody else replied to that and said, my ex had me help him pick out a gift for his office crush once. He framed it as a Secret Santa thing, but I found out later it was definitely not that. That's crazy work. Oh my gosh. And somebody else said, you gave him cinnamon rolls after he ditched you on Valentine's Day? Yeah, I agree with that. I would not have given him the cinnamon rolls. I would have kept them and ate them, the whole pan, by myself. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, I would have. So what? No, I actually wouldn't have. I would have shared them with my friends. But that's besides the point. Why are you judging me for the amount of cinnamon rolls that I eat? Stop that. Yeah, based on everything that it says in the comments and everything that I have said about this situation, I completely agree with everything that was said. OP definitely should not have given him those cinnamon rolls, is the biggest problem with this whole story. But I also agree with the fact that definitely don't message him unless it's a message where you're like, this is how I feel and why I feel that way. And if you do message him, make sure that you're messaging him because it's something that's going to help you in the long run, make you feel better about yourself and how you handled the situation. Otherwise, just block him, move on. If he was someone you were friends with, I would not be friends with him anymore. I don't think you were based on the situation, but just if you were, I wouldn't. Based on all of this, that's not the kind of person you want to be friends with. But yeah, that is going to be it for today, guys. Now that we have, I'm actually going to sit here and scroll through these comments for a second, see if I can find anything else that really speaks to me. But anyways, yeah, so that is all I have to say about this situation, guys. And I don't know what I was gonna say. Tomorrow I have at 5 p.m. I have to go to my orientation thing at McDonald's, so I might make a video after I go and do that to tell you guys what happens, how it was. Just because I don't have any idea what's gonna happen. And I am a little nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. Just a little bit. Just like a little funny, a little bit nervous. So I have to take in a paper that they gave me at my interview. And I have to take in 2 forms of identification. So yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know why I made that face. But that is all I have for you guys today. It was absolutely lovely to see you and hear from you, my pickles. I really don't have anything to say to you guys today, except for I just wanted to remind you that you are fantastic, wonderful, in fact, amazing even. I can't think of any other words, but just so you know, you're all of them. Any of the good words, that's you. Ugly? Don't you ever look at don't ever look at yourself and think that ever again for the rest of your life. Do you understand me? Never again do I want to hear that come out of your mouth. You're not ugly. You're gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, fantastic, lovely, splendiferous even. See? That's a 10-point word. But yes, you guys are actually lovely. You are fantastic and magical. And splendiferous even. And I just wanted to remind you guys that there is especially right now, there's way too much evil in the world for you to be adding to it. So let's just make sure we're being good people. Be a good person, be kind, be loving, follow the laws. Yeah, I think that's it, really. I think that's all I gotta say. I love you guys so much, and make sure that you are, like I said, being good people, be kind. There's so much evil in the world without any being added to it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you later. Bye, Pookie. I'm sorry, I can't end on that. I can't end on that because what was that? What? Bye.